Greetings friends, this is Yakov on Raw Deal. Welcome to another video, and today I would like to make a very short video about mucus. That's right, you heard it right. I would like to make some basic clarifications and just explain how I see mucus, which is a term which one commonly hears and sees when he gets introduced to the raw food lifestyle community. So the term mucus was originally made popular by a certain guy named Arnold Ereth. Right, he was a Swiss doctor who essentially discovered raw food lifestyle and made some phenomenal observations and just treated patients that way, used fasting, and was an all-around great advocator of this lifestyle. His books, even 100 years or even over 100 years later, remain widely read and remain widely popular. And in those books, he actually claimed that all of the common sicknesses are actually caused by mucus. And what he meant is that there are certain foods that somehow create mucus in our body, and then which in turn causes all kinds of problems. For instance, if you have a lot of mucus, you might get a lot of colds and flus, right? So your body will be trying to get rid of that mucus. If you've ever gotten a cold, you know that blowing your nose, very unpleasant, nasty stuff comes out. So in Arnold Ereth's terminology, that would be mucus. And once again, he thought that by having this mucus, your body actually gets sick a lot, and that's what happens, right? To a modern mind, this may seem like a bit of a crude approach, even though Arnold Ereth was 100% correct, in my opinion, in his identification. It's just that the terminology and perhaps some mechanisms needed a bit of clarification. Well, this video is an incomplete, but an attempt nonetheless in this direction. So, in my view, there are two types of mucus that one should consider when he hears about them, as related to the raw food and the natural cleansing of the body. The first type is the mucus the body naturally develops inside the intestines when it encounters food that it considers to be a poison, right? So how does this work? Food comes in, we have an intestine, we probe the food, we say, wow, this is garbage. So I'm going to try to protect myself by essentially enveloping the walls of the intestine with this mucus that the body generates. So it's a defense mechanism. It's literally, let's try to spackle this wall, these holes, so nothing gets through, all right, until this thing goes out of here, and then we can hopefully undo this, right? So this is what happens. Except the only problem is that people eat the same garbage and food that our body considers to be bad, to be poisonous for all their lives, right? So this mucus never goes away. In fact, it just gets thicker and thicker and thicker. A testament to this is what comes out of people's bodies after they fast. Because when people fast and cleanse themselves, right, for a long period of time, a lot of dark, nasty stuff comes out with their stool. So it's actually the things, the crust that's been caked off on the walls of their intestines. So those are the toxins. Those are the remnants of this mucus, right? That has been generated, as I said, combined with the toxins that came with the food and formed as a result of who knows which chemical reactions inside the intestine, right? And so I hope this part is a bit clear, right? This part also explains why intestines in our modern bodies are so badly trashed and just clogged and full of nasty stuff, right? And as I've already mentioned in my other video, the path to health begins with a healthy intestine. In short, why is that? Because all of the lymph system primarily drains into the large intestine. So what that means, the lymph system, which is a trash, it's like a sewer system for your body, right? This is where the products of metabolism get dumped into. This is where your body cleanses through. All of those essentially drain into the large intestine. If you look on some kind of anatomic map of the lymph system, you will see that there's a lot of those vessels around the belly area. This is where the belly here, this is where a lot of stuff happens, right? In relation to this may be the reason why, if you ask an Eastern person, right, coming from Asia or something, where is you located in the body? A good Eastern person will never show here, right? That's the Western answer. A good Eastern person will always show somewhere here. That's the reason why all the mudras in Buddhism, in Zen, and so on, they're doing something here with the stomach. So that's a bit of an aside, but it's certainly related. That's how important what happens in your intestines is. Now, to the second type of mucus, that's actually the mucus that is also generated by your body, but for a slightly different reason. So you see, when those toxins get into the intestines, they are still able to penetrate despite the body's defenses trying to prevent it from doing so. The toxins still get in the blood. And your body tries to filter them in whichever way it can. For instance, the kidneys, the liver will participate, right, as the two main filtering organs. But some toxins are simply, maybe there's too many of them, too much, and your body will try to stuff them. That's why people have fat, right? Those are just the storage mechanisms. Well, and once in a while, your body will try to cleanse itself, right? Well, to cleanse itself, it needs to get those toxins out. For instance, let's suppose that the body tries to cleanse itself through nasal paths, right? We've all experienced stuffed nose, right? Or when we get flu or we get a cold, stuff is coming out. It's coming out in the form of mucus, right? In fact, when we hear mucus, we typically think, okay, that's the kind of stuff that comes out from the nose when we are sick, right? That's our definition. Well, my take is that the body actually generates that mucus as a glue. It's a packaging to hold the toxins together as it expels them. So think of it as some kind of a factory. So you're producing a product. In this case, it's not a very good product to produce. Hopefully you produce something better, or hopefully your factory in this case is closed altogether. So we're packaging this product into the mucus and we try to send it out the door, right? So we're trying to expel it from the body. Similar thing happens with the eyes, right? So these things that appear in the corners of your eyes, that could be a very strong mechanism for expelling toxins. Your ears, the same way. Skin is a little different because skin mostly has sweating glands, right? Sweat glands that will expel anything water soluble. So that's a bit different. So there you don't really need mucus because it's water soluble. So I'm just gonna dump that water out. So it's essentially like maybe somebody washing the floor in the apartment, opening the front door, and then just, you know, throwing that water out the bucket or something like that. Except the skin does it in this case. So skin would be the front door in this case. So once again, I hope you see the slight but important difference. So one type of mucus is a natural defense within our intestine, where stuff happens. The second is the type of mucus body simply uses as a glue, as a mechanism to hold toxins together and then bind them and then expel them so they don't get spilled, right? Speaking in these simple terms. So friends, this is just a quick correction, quick take on Arnold Ehret's work. I mean, for those who have not read his books, I probably should read more myself and more fully. So perhaps we can talk about this some other video as well. So see you soon.